Despite 10 centuries of intervening history, Windsor Castle has had to wait until today to see a formal visit to this country by a head of state of Ireland. Prince Philip and I recall our visit to Ireland with the greatest pleasure. We were received warmly wherever we went. Dublin, the city of Cork and its English market, Ireland's historic landmarks like the Rock of Cashel, your people's famous hospitality, and of course, Ireland's thoroughbred horses. All these and much more left a happy and enduring impression. But even more pleasing since then is that we, the Irish and British, are becoming good and dependable neighbours and better friends, finally shedding our inhibitions about seeing the best in each other. Our two governments have responded to the change in mood. We now cooperate across the full range of public business. Indeed, there is today no closer working relationship for my government than that with Ireland. This fresh spirit is helping us economically. Our trade is growing, supporting many thousands of jobs in both countries. And we are working together to win new business overseas. As our countries enter a period of historical resonance, it is right to look back in remembrance. In Dublin, I laid wreaths in the Garden of Remembrance for those who died in the cause of Irish freedom, and at Island Bridge, where Ireland's dead from the First World War are commemorated. In August, we will mark solemnly the centenary of Britain's entry into World War I, calling to mind the terrible toll it took. People from Ireland were involved in all the major campaigns and battles of the war. We will remember and honour their contribution and sacrifice, just as we remember our own. My family and my government will stand alongside you, Mr. President, and your ministers throughout the anniversaries of the war and of the events that led to the creation of the Irish Free State. People have moved freely between these islands over the centuries. Britain has been hugely enriched by the migration of Irish men and women to these shores. The contribution of Irish people to Britain has reached into every walk of life. In your visit, you are meeting men and women of Irish descent in Parliament, in our universities, in our health service, in the civil service, music, faith, business, and sport. And yet, over the years, many Irish migrants to Britain encountered discrimination and a lack of appreciation. Happily, those days are now behind us, and it is widely recognised that Britain is a better place because of the Irish people who live here. We can celebrate not just the Irish men and women who helped to build Britain, but also the Irish architects who helped to design it, including that great architect of parliamentary reform, Daniel O'Connell, whose life and work you will have remembered this afternoon on your visit to Parliament. Mr. President, 2 years ago, London hosted the Olympic Games. During that magical summer, the Games proved to be a remarkable success, surpassing most people's expectations. They also shone a light on the modern links between Britain and Ireland, as Irish companies worked alongside British ones in building the stadiums and running the games themselves. And it took someone of Irish descent, Danny Boyle, to get me to jump from a helicopter.